after the game, Coach Fangio said, wish you had a little more time with Kareem working down at nickel. Today said you're just going to get more work. So how much better do you expect all of that to be?
You know, we had a late combination when we didn't have Bryce playing, but that's part of the NFL landscape. You're always going to make changes. It's just like a guy getting hurt the first play of the game. Guys will have to go and be counted on in spots they haven't had quite as much work, but we intend for it to be much better this week.
It's a tough sled for Isaac in that first half. How do you think he'll respond, and what are some of the things you point out to him?
Yeah, he's a real tough-minded kid, and I truly intend for him to respond in a really strong way.
Vic said he thought Vaughn actually played pretty well despite not getting a QB hit. What did you see?
Yeah, there's a lot of factors. Vaughn's going to have a great season, and he's off to a good season. He played the run sound and good in the scheme. There just wasn't as many opportunities for him. You know, and you saw we didn't come up on schedule on third down. And when you don't do that, those guys really can't get up the field and affect things. So the first two downs of our defense needs to play a little tighter, everything from quick game to the run, and then we can get those third and long situations.
Coach, what are some of the best ways for you guys to combat opposing offenses neutralizing your pass rush?
Yeah. You know, it just depends. You know, there's some quick throws. When there's quick throws, you got to get on people tighter, you know, and make sure coverage is a little bit. And tackle great. You know, there can be no leaky tackles because then that turns into, you know, shorter third down. So you got to tackle.
Back to the Yadam questions. When Yadam is getting targeted like that and he's struggling, do you say something to him during the game? Do you go to him after the game? How do you handle that when a young player's having that time of day?
You know, all situations are different. You know, we're in September. It's so early. And it's game one. And the Raiders made a couple good plays, too. A couple of these are on-spot plays that they made. You know, again, we stay the process. We'll coach him hard this week, and you'll have a better result.
What have you seen from Duke Dawson? Where does he fit in on defense?
Pardon?
Duke Dawson.
Oh, yeah, you know, Duke just came, and you know, he's in a catch-up mode. We're tutoring him extra time with coaches and meetings, and we're just going to get him ready. He's a nickel outside corner guy that can add depth.
How big that challenge is Trubisky when he does get out of the pocket?
Yeah, he's a big challenge. You know, he's a really good football player. You're talking about Mitchell. He's got command of the offense. He's even better this year. But his legs are a factor. This guy's a very elusive athlete that you can't let him run around the field on you.
I asked Vic, you know, you have institutional knowledge of the Bears. Does that help you in a week like this, or do they know you too?
Yeah, exactly. It goes both ways. You know, the biggest example is you've been on a practice field with those guys, and sometimes you'll exchange information. Those are little tidbits, but it's really personnel-wise. You know, when I'm describing the strengths and weaknesses of their offensive talent, you really know it because you've seen it every day. So both, you know, that's an advantage for us.
Jones didn't dress last week.
Yeah.
Reasons for that, I guess.
You know, I really can't give you a reason. We just picked the best guys when we're getting ready to start the game, the best combination. That's fluid throughout the year.
Whether Todd's able to go this week or whenever, what would he add to the middle of the defense?
Well, I don't know that much because, you know, we just had him in minicamp and then he got hurt the first day. But, you know, he's been a consistent player, is on top of all the checks, and he adds detail, you know, in that area and experience.
Back to the Bears personnel, how do you describe Tariq Cohen? I know they saw him on the practice field a little bit last year in the preseason when you guys were here, but how do you describe Cohen?
Yeah, this guy is a very explosive athlete with great hands, can do about anything. He can jump cut. He can be an effective back in the backfield. He's effective as a receiver. He can play as a slot receiver, out wide. Really can get to top speed in an instant. And that's the thing about him. And he's a tough tackle because he's short and compact. So you don't want to duck him. You got to get down and low and hit him square and wrap him up.
Rich just gave pretty high praise, extremely high praise to the very defense that you and Vic were obviously manning last year. Is there any tips and tricks you give to the offense to dealing with that, you know, that personnel that he just gave extremely high praise to?
Yeah, well, he talked to us about the players and everything, but they have a new scheme. So again, we could add information into the strengths and weaknesses of players, but that's about as far as it went.
And a lot of times the offenses find their rhythm from week 1 to 2 a lot better. Do you think it's the same with defenses as far as maybe disengaging from blocks and stuff? Does that start to come together?
It can be. It can be. You know, the new NFL landscape that players aren't playing as much. So, you know, week 1, you don't know what's going to really happen. Nobody does. And some teams were hot, some were cold. O's were good, D's were off. And you just got to see where you are, gather information, move on to week 2.
Thank you.